Welcome to Sunday School for Sunday, March 24th, 2024. For our junior students, ages 9 to 11, I do not own the rights to this music. Today's Bible basis is coming out of Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 5 through 6, Zechariah chapter 6, verses 9 through 14, and John chapter 19, verses 1 through 5. The title of today's story: God always keeps his promises. I know you're going to win. Jasmine leaned over and whispered to her best friend, Melissa. I don't know, Melissa responded. Tanya won as student body president for the last 2 years. What makes this year different? You, Jasmine laughed. You have such great ideas, starting a student store, using some of the money to sponsor a child in Africa, tutoring younger kids over the summer, a coat drive at Christmas. I mean, wow. You really mean it when you say sixth graders can make a difference in this world. Well, I did pray about it, Melissa said, getting excited about all she hoped to do. I feel like God gave these ideas to me. And you talk to the other girls? They really are going to vote for me? Yep, Jasmine said with confidence. Believe me, it's going to happen. You are going to be the next Logan Middle School student body president. When they got to the table where they normally sat with the rest of their friends, Melissa asked Jasmine, Where is everybody? No one was there. Not sure, Jasmine said, slowly looking around the cafeteria. Then Melissa saw them, all four of her usual group of friends sitting with Tanya and a crowd of others. What's that about? Jasmine asked, spotting them at the same time. I don't know, but I don't have a good feeling about it. Melissa said. Just then, Tanya and the whole group turned, looked Melissa's way, and started laughing. Melissa could tell they were talking about her, and her face began to burn. Don't worry, Jasmine said, putting a hand on Melissa's shoulder. Tanya knows you are going to win, and she's just trying to make trouble. She wasn't just trying, Melissa thought. She was making trouble. A sick feeling washed over her. It seemed like Jasmine was the only friend she had in the world. God, are you with me? What's going on? Sometimes what we think God is going to do is very different from what actually happens. Still, God's promises are always true. In today's lesson, we will look at two prophecies from the Old Testament and how they were fulfilled in the New Testament. Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 5 through 6. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name, whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. What does the name, the Lord our righteous Savior, say about the type of king God will raise up? Whom is God referring to? Zechariah chapter 6, verses 9 through 14. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Take of them of the captivity, even of Heldah, of Tobijah, and of Jediah, which are come from Babylon, and come thou the same day, and go into the house of Josiah, the son of Zephaniah. Then take silver and gold, and make crowns, and set them upon the head of Joshua, the son of Josedech, the high priest, and speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne. And the counsel of peace shall be between them both. And the crown shall be to Helam, and to Tobijah, and to Jediah, and to Hin, the son of Zephaniah, for a memorial in the temple of the Lord. What does God direct Zechariah to do? What does God direct Zechariah to say, and why? John chapter 19, verses 1 through 5. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him, and the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and they put on him a purple robe, and said, Hail, King of the Jews! And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again, and saith unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. Then came Jesus forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate saith unto them, Behold the man. At the time of Jesus, the children of Israel were dominated by the Roman Empire. The Romans conquered anyone who was not Roman, treating them unfairly and unkindly in order to maintain power. When Jesus came and began to be regarded as the long awaited king, his followers hoped that the Roman dictatorship was about to end. How do you think those believing Jesus was the Messiah felt when Jesus was arrested? Did God break his promise? How do we know what is the rest of the story? What does that say about God's promises for us today? The memory verse for today's lesson is John chapter 19, verse 3, and said, Hail, King of the Jews! And they smote him with their hands. Choosing what's best. 1 year later. And our class president this year is Melissa Scott. The principal read aloud as thunderous applause filled the auditorium. As Melissa walked up the aisle, she remembered all that had happened in the last year. She remembered how hurt and disappointed she had felt when she lost last year's election to Tanya. She remembered feeling like her friends had punched her in the stomach when they sided with Tanya's promises. Promises Tanya did not deliver. She even remembered being upset with God because she had lost. But over the last 12 months, God had shown her that He had always keeps His promises and that His answers are for the best, even if they don't look like it at the time. God promises so much, like to love us, care for us, provide for us, guide us, and hear our prayers. But sometimes it may feel as if God is not keeping His promises at all. What can we do in those times? Write down on a sheet of paper as many ideas as you can. The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.